I'll
again?
slate Steve. Hand the slate.
Camera speeding.
Okay, so it's on him, but I'm re-asking the question, but it's on him. He's gonna go ahead
To
and...
Charlie, take two, Mark.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know when you're rolling. Okay. All right, and it's on him. Okay. When Jim Betancourt first discussed the concept of baseball rules in black and white, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, my initial thought was intrigue, first of all. I thought if Jim could produce a publication that would make rules more simplistic and more understandable and easy to articulate and easy to administer, it would be a huge win. The manuscript that he sent me first was Baseball Rules in Black and White, the high school version. And although I'm not a high school umpire and I don't have to administer high school rules on the baseball field, the publication was an easy read for me, and I understood the verbiage and I understood the concept, and I said, wow, this could be a very powerful thing. And we talked about the various different publications that could come after Baseball Rules in Black and White, high school version, collegiate version, little league version, pony league, summer, all these different things. And then we even expanded even larger and said, well, what if we even talk about languages? And baseball is a worldwide game, and so if you were to think about all the different languages that you could produce this in, and this is not a publication that's just for officials. I think this publication is great for coaches, players, parents, administrators, all the likes. And so once it was done and I had the final version, I just thought it was well put together, an easy read, and would gain huge popularity.
So it sounds like anyone can benefit from reading this book, but what about veteran umpires? Would they still gain anything from reading it?
Right, that's a very good point, and I think veteran umpires could gain from it. You know, a lot of us are very busy guys. We live active lifestyles, have professions outside of baseball, and so for us to continue to stay sharp in the rules and to stay up on things and challenge our minds on things that we're not seeing on a day-to-day basis when it comes to rules and stuff. This is a great publication that we can grab really quickly. It's an easy read. We brush up on something that we haven't seen in a long time, and it's right in the forefront of our mind, and we can feel confident that if we see that out on the baseball field, we can make that call, we can administer it, and then we can give an articulate reason back to that coach or player that's precise and has a lot of meaning behind it. So to have this publication, Baseball Rules in Black and White, the collegiate version for, you talked about veteran umpires or more seasoned umpires, this is just going to be a real big, huge hit.
And because you have so much experience, I'm wondering, have you found any personal examples that you can, sorry, I just lost my voice, guys. One more time. And you have a lot of experience as an umpire. Have you had any personal experiences that you could share that, you benefited from this book?
You know, nothing that really comes to mind.
Go ahead. Start over.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nothing that really, because the version is still coming out, the collegiate version, but I will say that the publication that Jim put out first, the high school book, rule book, the high school version of Baseball Rules in Black and White, what it did was it got me into thinking about going in and looking at the rule book and sharpening my mind and making sure that I'm versed on all kinds of things, because there's a lot of things that can take place in a baseball game. And one of the most important things is to not be able to administer a rule. It's embarrassing. There's just no room for it. So to have a publication like this that you can reference right on the point, and it's simplistic, it's easy to read. It just reinforces what you probably already know, but just gives you that added little element of that, just, hey, I've got that. I know exactly what I'm going to say if I'm faced with something. And the interesting part about rules and stuff is when something happens on the baseball field, it's not natural and it's not normal. It's odd. And so to be able to have that knowledge and to have a publication like this that gives you that little shortcut version, that little snippet that's easy to remember, and that just makes it even more powerful. So it's a great publication, and I think one that everybody should have and carry with them. I know I will be.
It's ended on that question, so let's do the outro.
Well, Billy, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching.